Hey, Reinhold, my man. My man.
Look, it's so great to see you, and thanks for taking the time to,
I'm really honored to play the stuff, man. I mean, I'm really funny about endorsing stuff. If I don't really use it, I don't want to endorse it.
I know, it took me like how long to get you pulling you over to my camp? Like, I mean, we know each other like almost, but
well,
over
first
20
off,
years,
I've always
right?
liked you, and I knew that you made great stuff. But you know, I have all the gear. You know, as a guy who's been doing this for my whole life, I mean, I've collected a lot of stuff. At the same time, I was drawn to something completely different. And when you invited me down to the shop, you said, "Finally, you come down and you play through all the amps, and you find something that you like." And I did. I came down and I gravitated. I tried them all, and they're all great. I really wanted to get back to basics with all my gear, you know, and I really tore it all down and started over again. And
and I have to say, you sound better than ever.
Well, thanks. Well, I've been working at it too. You know, I mean, it's the gear. I'm not trying to mask myself with anything, and I really, you know, back on a cable. I mean, it's really just playing the guitar.
You find it's a big difference? I mean, you have like wireless.
Yes, I do.
Even the newest ones, because I mean, God knows they came a long way.
Well, should they've come? I remember playing the first Nady when every time a truck would drive by with the CB would come out of the amp. It was like a Spinal Tap thing, you know? But I found that, man, you just can't argue with the sound. Look, I'm 55 years old. I'm not jumping around stage like a teenager being an idiot. I'm really just want to sit.
Much stage diving.
No, I never. You know, I hurt my knees jumping off pianos when I was like 20 years old. So now I'm paying the dues for it now. I really just want to stand here and play the guitar. Focusing myself on sound, playing, just trying to get a little bit more of an organic thing going, just stomp boxes on the floor, nothing flashy, no MIDI, no digital, no nothing, you know. And your great amp and this great guitar, you know, with the great pickups. DiMarzio, DiMarzio, Music Man, and Bogner are it, you know, that's the sound. And whatever comes out of me.
And the hands of the maestro.
Well, I don't know about that, you know, I mean, I guess some of it has to come out of me, but I mean, I'm really inspired by the great gear, and I'm getting so many compliments on the sound. When I did the DiMarzio ad, people were going like, "What is this sound?"
Back in the '80s when he played the Ibanez effects, you know.
Well, I remember. But you know, everything has come and gone. Like you know, because when I started in the late '70s and '80s, the '80s were the decade of excess in every aspect of our lives.
Towards the end, for sure. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Every aspect of our lives. So more was more. More effects, more gear, more everything extracurricular as well. The clothes, the look, the MTV, the whole thing was just this kind of a parody of itself. It didn't wear well. It didn't age well, I don't think. So some of it, you know, was great, and I really enjoyed being a part of all that. And then there was great gear, and I had great rigs, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form putting anything down that I've used in the past. As a matter of fact, you know, some of the coolest stuff came from all of it. But as I got older, I wanted to be simplified. I want to try different things. When I tried your stuff, it just spoke to me, man. It just, that's what I wanted it to sound like.
Thank
you.
You
Gave me the 3-channel amp that I wanted. As my playing has got more expressive, the sound needs to follow that. And I found that really that's what I got here, man.
You've been super busy now with touring lately, right? I mean, like Toto, Ringo,
and my solo stuff.
Now the Peter Frampton's coming up, right?
Peter Frampton's coming out. I did G3 last year. Have you seen the Ringo DVD yet? It's all,
I haven't seen the DVD.
It looks like
I saw
ad.
individual songs. Somebody sent me some.
No, but you got to see it like from like it's a Bogner
So there's
ad.
a DVD of it?
Yeah, it just came out.
I'll
Now,
have to
I
get
mean,
it.
of course, the DVDs are never the best nights. It's, you know, it's always it was Ringo's birthday in Nashville, and it was kind of hectic and stuff. But you'll hear the diversity of different sounds. I mean, I do the pedal steel thing on this Richard Page song, and then I'm doing all the more Santana shit with Greg Raleigh, who was the original keyboard player, and he was in Journey for a while. And Richard Page from Mr. Mister, and then Todd Rundgren. I play some of his stuff, and then some Toto stuff, and Ringo's Beatles stuff. So the point being, the diversity of sounds, and some rockabilly stuff that I was doing. And so I mean, it does it all. Yeah. It's not just like an amp that has one sound.
Right.
Now, granted, you have to manipulate it to do that, but the versatility of it being able to respond to whatever I put into it, whatever I ask from it, is there. So that's really important for what I do, because I don't do just. I mean, there's a lot of guys. A lot of guys. That's their beginning and end. It's all there. But if you want to do other stuff. Yeah, I got. It does it all, as well as like the most ridiculous. Got it all there, you know what I mean? It's like, and everything in between. Yeah. So that's what I needed in an amp, and that's what you gave me.
Glad you like it.
And it's a workhorse.
Yeah.
It's a workhorse. But I mean, it's been around the world, everywhere from, Australia to all over Europe to here, Japan, and it was amazing.
Any time for studio stuff anymore?
Not really, man. There's not really much going on anyway. No. There's a couple guys that do it, but it's not really,
It's not what it used to be.
You know what? I just want to play my own stuff, really.
Yeah.
I do a few guests here and there for friends and whatnot. I did some stuff on this Tommy Bolin tribute with Warren Haynes and all those guys.
I was thinking of that record, yeah.
And that was kind of fun, to play on a record with all those guys. And here playing with, it was really kind of surreal because I was playing with Jeff Porcaro again. Oh. And Jeff and Tommy have both passed away. It was kind of weird hearing Jeff count off. It was kind of emotional, really. Yeah. But it was really an honor to play a small little bit.
Did you know Tommy Bolin when he was alive?
No, I didn't. Jeff worked with him, and we were supposed to hang at one point because I was a big fan. But it just never worked out, and we lost him. So that's really tough. We lost Jeff, too. So that's another thing. It's like, hey, I just want to enjoy the back nine of my life, and which I am doing.
Right.
And I got a great rig, thanks to you, man.
Thanks.
Great honor to be a part of this.